Hello, everyone. This is Scotty with Black Talk Radio News. And I got a fake news alert concerning a TSA pat down. You had a CNN contributor, employee, some kind of way affiliated, but she's being described as a CNN reporter. And I was subscribed to the Young Turks, so I was watching a video that they put out recently. And in this video, they showed the video of this woman going through a pat down, which, by the way, was being recorded by a law enforcement officer at the woman's request, the CNN contributor's request. And this is an example of fake news, since everybody want to talk about fake news, and there's a lot of stuff out there, people, to distract you from the real issues that are going on. There are really a lot of important things going on right now. And I guess, as the president of Black Talk Media Project, we should take a responsibility in helping people spot fake news. So let me go ahead and let you take a look at this video. I want you to pay particular attention to some of the words that are going to be used to describe this TSA pat down at an airport. Again, it is my opinion of fake news. You can tell us what you think, but let's go ahead and roll this video.
A CNN contributor received an advance pat-down from the TSA while she was traveling to New York. This is Angela Rye, and she had a police officer film the pat-down that she experienced. And before I show you the video that she also posted on Twitter, let me give you some context. Rye said that she was singled out for a random search and that she had not set off any metal detector alarms. The TSA called a police officer when she had asked why she was being singled out. Officials told her she could cooperate or be escorted from the airport by police. Now, she has pre-check status, which of course you pay nearly $100 for. And then she has another status in addition to that that allows you to kind of get through the lines a little quicker. Clear, it's called Clear. But regardless of that, they randomly chose her, and this is what happened.
And your palms up to the ceiling like that. Start with your head.
Just a standard screen.
I flash several times a week and this has never happened, so it's alarming. So hopefully
It might be the shoes and the dress.
But I hope you can understand from the standpoint of what it shows on there, it was alarming. Like I just ain't never...
Honestly, 2 weeks ago I had my butt patted down by TSA. I flew into St. Louis, so this is just a standard ATD, and it's true.
So we're going to go across the front, back in the pins. And then I got to hit your right boot. This is where I'm going to need your sock. I don't know which.
Is your sock in your thing?
Okay, this story really stood out to me because it definitely happens when you least expect it, and it's super, super intrusive and humiliating. And the reason why she wanted it to kind of be recorded is so she can let people know, look, this is what it's like. But I had that happen to me. I talked about it in a recent story, and the TSA agent put her hands down my pants inside my underwear. Like in this case, when the TSA agent was going up her leg, she says that her hand, touched her crotch. And yeah, that absolutely does happen, 100%. I used to think, no, come on, they don't actually touch your crotch. They do.
No, absolutely.
Front and back, okay? Inside the underwear, that's what happened. I don't know if she intentionally did that. I'm still willing to give the TSA agent benefit of the doubt because I was wearing skinny jeans and maybe she just didn't know. But it was so uncomfortable and you feel so violated and you feel helpless because you have no choice. And by the way, I'm not the victim of sexual assault or rape. Imagine if you're the victim of sexual assault and rape and you have a stranger touching you like that just so you can get on the flight that you paid hundreds of dollars for.
Well, I have been raped and I have been a victim of sexual assault, and this has happened to me at the airport. And I felt like I was being singled out. And I have my hair just like this, and they made me take my hair down, and she rubbed her hands all through my hair. And it's also done in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't take you to the back, they don't move you to the side. And it is humiliating, and it is also sometimes you can feel the malice in it. It's not that they're trying to sexually assault you, but they're trying to humble you. And I say this all the time, to work at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, you have to have a degree, but not to be a TSA agent. And I think that I'm not in
Okay, we're going to stop it there because I was making notes. I made notes prior to making this video, and I didn't need to see any more, as I could see how this interaction between this TSA agent and this CNN reporter, contributor, whatever. And we know CNN has been connected to a lot of fake news historically. And a lot of people today rightly do not trust what you see on CNN, especially after Donna Brazil's fiasco of feeding debate questions to Hillary Clinton during the Democratic primary and during the presidential election. But just some of the words that were being used there. Now, again, I'm just basing my comments off of what I observed. And I thought there was some extra going on there by that CNN reporter. I don't know, like she's never been through a pat down before. It seemed like a pretty standard pat down. The lady using rubber gloves or surgical gloves, hands, patting her down with the back of her hand. But here's some of the words that was super intrusive. I did not find what I saw in that video that y'all played to be super intrusive. I would expect something like that if I'm going through a pat down. I've been through pat downs before, not necessarily by at an airport, but by police. In my 50 years on this planet, I've had interactions with police to where I've been patted down, put up against the car. Let me check you, this or that. All right, so I didn't find what she went through to be, actually I found it to be less intrusive than some pat downs I have gotten on the side of a police car. Super uncomfortable, so violated, so helpless is some words that were used there. Again, I thought the reporter was putting on some extra, some waterworks, and moving when the lady perhaps touched her crotch. Again, have you never been through even a physical for sports or something like that where they check to see if you got a hernia? Well, I don't know about females but have you never been through a physical? This is, to me, is a non-story. This is how they distract you from issues that are really important. I felt why they said, I mean, there were too many comparisons to rape. They had an actual rape victim on the panel commenting, and I thought this was just really extra. And I mean, at one point it seemed like they compared what we saw on video of a woman who's been raped, who's being asked by a medical professional to get up on a table so that they can take a rape kit. That is not what I saw happen with that particular TSA agent. Now, people talk about it being humiliating or uncomfortable, and because this happened in front of everybody. Well, I would want it to happen in front of everybody instead of them taking me to a back room somewhere where it's nobody but me and that TSA agent or nothing but TSA agents. I would rather that my pat down happen in public so there'll be more people seeing. Somebody might see somebody trying to plant something on me or what. I would rather it be out in public like that was in public. Yeah, lots of things in life are uncomfortable. Lots of things we'd rather not go through. But when we're looking at the overall security of the airlines, considering why I don't buy into some of the overhyping of national security threats and what have you, but there are common sense things that you can do to prevent that. And people going through your hair, I mean, that the whole thing only took seconds, less than 20 seconds maybe. I didn't have my timer out, but I would say that whole pat down was less than 30 seconds. That was a small inconvenience that other people go through. Probably, somebody can look up how many of these pat downs like that occur at the airports in the United States. I'm willing to bet thousands and thousands. Now, talking about being singled out, I did not hear anybody talk about you were being singled out for your religion, for your race, for whatever. I don't know what they mean when they say, well, I felt singled out. Well, we need more context to that. But I'm glad to see that it would be transparent, like the out in the public. I'd rather have the public in case I'm being abused. Like we have seen TSA agents actually abuse people, assault people right out there in the public. People capture it on the video. So you would not want that to occur in the back room, so that you don't have to see other people seeing you go through a pat down like that. Again, it was very quick. This is a non-story in my opinion, but the people, hey, what do you think? Leave your comments. But one thing though that I want to share with you, another clue to a fake news story. You had the rape victim say that working at Enterprise Car, you must have a degree to work at Enterprise Car Rental. Is that not what she said? You got to have a college degree, right? What other type of degrees are they? I'm assuming that's what she meant. You got to have because I've heard people say that police officers, law enforcement, don't have to have degrees, and that's true in many different states, and that is a problem, where a person only has to have a high school diploma, not even take a test on if they know the Constitution or not, and you will become a cop. But look, we're just talking about security guards here. We're not talking about people that's going out there making decisions on whether to stop somebody in their car, give them tickets, shoot people, all that kind of stuff. I mean, going through that particular portion of a pat down for airport security, I mean, don't blow it out of proportion. But I would decide, I said, okay, she said that you need a degree to work at Enterprise Car Rental. So I went to their website, I think it was jobs.enterprise.com. And this is a job listing they have for Leesburg, Florida. And this is for a service agent. And it gives the description, tell you what you will be doing, full-time position. It's located in Claremont, Florida. It gives you the hours, some of your duties that you will have to do. But then it gives the requirements. Must be at least 18 years old, must have 6 months or prior work experience, must have a valid driver's license with no more than 2 moving violations or at-fault accidents on driving record in the past 3 years, no drug or alcohol-related conviction on driving record in the past 5 years, must be authorized to work in the United States, must be willing to accept a starting pay of $9.50 an hour while slave wages, must be able to understand, read, write, and speak English, and must be willing to accept full-time work. I don't see anything in there about having a degree. So credibility is real important, and people say stuff to exaggerate. I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt, but again, this is why people have to learn how to decipher real news from fake news, because people will be, oh, I'm so outraged, made that woman cry. And this is a non-story, people. This is a non-story. If you take away all the commentary and you just saw the video of that, you'd be like, what's the big deal? What's she's crying for? Has she been traumatized in the past? Is that why she's crying? Well, I'm not hearing that. That's what the CNN lady is saying, a reporter, whatever her name was. I'm not hearing that she had some kind of prior trauma, and that's why she was crying after a woman quickly took the back of her hand to check her for weapons and briefly touched her crotch or what, to make sure she, whatever. This is a non-story, people. So I'm going to do more of these videos when I spot these videos that are meant to steal your energy and your attention away from important issues. Because, I mean, think about what she went through. Millions of people go through to see their loved ones on America's prison plantations. And I'm stood in some of those lines. And, do a story about that. Go through one of those and see what's going on there. But in terms of this pat down with the back of this woman's hand, give me a break. Come on, Young Turks. Come on, CNN. Well, I don't expect that. I expect fake stories from CNN, but Young Turks, man, come on. All right. This is Scotty for Black Talk Radio News, Fake News Watch, signing out.